Hello Shenanigamers, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, last time we went off into the ruins, and now we have silence in the crits, which will give us some more resolve XP and damage while we're in the ruins. So, we could go to the ruins on another quest. And honestly, it looks like that might be a decent idea if we go in for the Sacred Scroll here on this long mission. But that is a long veteran mission to exterminate enemies, which could prove very, very dangerous. So we'd want to make sure that we have some people who can do very well in the ruins if we were to do that. We might end up wasting this event as a whole. But everywhere else has either champion or apprentice missions, or quests rather, so it's not exactly like we have a lot of places to choose from. So let's think about who we can take in here. We could also go on this exploration mission and get a Candle of Life for the Antiquarian, which could be very, very good since it gives plus 50% healing skills and plus 15% max HP. That is a very good trinket for Fitzherbert or Paschal. So we might want to take one of them. So let's see who we can take who might do good in the ruins. Fitzherbert could potentially do rather well. Uri could do pretty good. Paschal could be pretty useful. So Paschal could be useful. Fitzherbert could be useful. Uri can be useful. Ormond could be good. Nope. Did not mean to do that. And then who else could we take with us? We could take Papon. They have a fear of the unholy, so they'd get more stress, but could be a worthwhile risk. Now, before we go to either of these, whichever one we choose, honestly, I think the Sacred Scroll might be good for us because we've been going back and forth on the fence, constantly struggling to figure out what to give Papon or Ide. But I think, in all honesty, our best bet is to go for this trinket. This Candle of Life seems very good. It's a little difficult to pass that up. We also don't need as many portraits as we do deeds. At least not right now. Deeds will help us upgrade the blacksmith and the guild so that we can reduce, or at least the blacksmith, so that we can reduce the cost of weapon and armor upgrades. Although, speaking of which, let's make sure we've upgraded everyone to the best point we can. Upgrade Paschal, upgrade Papon, upgrade Uri, upgrade Ormond by a lot. That upgrades their weapons and armor. Now, their skills, we should make sure we have Invigorating Vapors and Flash Powder up. Judgment is pretty decent where it is, but we'll go ahead and upgrade it. And then Uri, we'll upgrade them to the cost. Ormond will upgrade. Upgrading Serpent's Way isn't really going to do as much, so instead, let's just upgrade here. provisioning. So then, let's go ahead and set about this. Make sure we have unequipped and sorted by rarity. All the other trinkets we have, and then we get to that. Now, we want Uri's skills to be as accurate as possible, but we also don't want to get surprised very much. So, we can give Uri heal. They have some protection already, and they'll heal more from Poplin's healing, and they have better damage. So, what do we give them? I would say, since we're going into the ruins, we want to make sure that we are safe. However, that's kind of difficult to do. We could up their stress, lower their max HP even further than the fragile quirk already does. But in exchange, we'd be able to get them some more damage. And I don't think that's what we want to do. Let's think. What would be good to give Uri? More dodge would be good. And then we could give them a little bit less speed, maybe. Actually, we can give them more dodge and then take 2 of that dodge away. So we can give them an extra 2 dodge and an extra 10 accuracy on their range skills. So now, point blank shot and pistol shot will have even higher accuracy than before. Now, Ormond typically gets the Dancer's Foot Wrap and the Shimmering Scale, and that usually seems to do the trick there. Now, Papon definitely gets the Tome of Holy Healing. This is not even a question that's up for discussion, or anything of the sort. They already have Fear of the Unholy, so more stress isn't ideal. However, giving them the Ancestor Scroll won't put the stress up too much. And then Shal could be a backup healer if necessary, but first and foremost, Bag of Marbles goes to them. That extra 10 dodge is too good to pass on. And then the Fleet Florin is a decent enough idea. The Chirurgeon's Charm is also a decent enough idea, but I think we're going to go with the Fleet Florin. We already have someone who's a very good healer in Papon, so we don't need even more healing from Ashal. We have them as a backup healer more than anything. So, that's that, and we don't have Ashal here with a 4th camping skill. I think we're going to need them because most of our skills will be used by Papon, Uri, and Ormond. Shal's really just kind of there. That's fine. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with this mission. We're going to take 2.5 stacks of food, 5 shovels, 4 keys, 5 holy water, 6 bandages, 5 antivenoms, 4 medicinal herbs, 4 laudanum, 2 full stacks of torches. That should do us for a while. Actually, put one of those shovels back. We don't need 5. And we can move things up and around a bit. To order. And then we have a Shal with us here, so we should, in theory, be able to make a lot of this money back if we play our cards right. Okay, let's go ahead and embark. This is gonna be a long one. Ruins. The undead will not bleed, but they can be blighted. True, which is why we have Ormond with us, and when the human enemies or beast enemies show up that can be bled, that's where we have Uri.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Alright, let's go ahead and see what we have here. Yep, just like I thought. Really, really, really big place. Well, let's get going on it then. So, first up, oh yes, and we have more damage and resolve experience. So, first up, we have decorative urn. We'll use some holy water. Take the antique, take the emeralds, and the onyx we can leave behind. Get into this room, bring up the light, and a room battle. We get the surprise though. So. We have Bone Bulwark, Cultist Gladiator, Cultist Enchantress, and Bone Noble. Let's go ahead and up everyone's dodge with Invigorating Vapors first. Then we can go for the Pierce on the Bulwark. A lot of damage from that. We'll go for the Illumination on the Bone Noble. They dodged. And then we'll go for the Duelist Advance on the Bulwark. Set up the Riposte. Tempting Goblet on Bashal. Some damage, some stress. Release the debuff. Run for the Old Gods on Uri. Good dodge. Hits them back for 17. It's a lot of damage there. Stressful Incantation on Bashal, which they dodge. Foul Warding on the Cultist Gladiator. Not surprised at that one. They did take a lot of damage from that Riposte. Tempting Goblet on Bashal, which they dodged this time. Let's up the dodge a little bit more. 57 dodge, that's amazing. And then we'll go for Pierce on this Bulwark again. Take them down.
Give them no quarter.
Go for Duelist Advance on the Cultist Gladiator. That takes them down. Eldritch Push on Uri. Doesn't resist the move. Takes 1 damage and they dodge that Riposte. Let's go with the Illumination here on the Enchantress. Resist the debuff, get a little damage off on them. Let's go for a little bit of a heal. Fortifying Vapors here on Uri. Tempting Goblet on Bashal. Some damage, debuff, stress, stressful incantation on Bashal. More stress, and they're marked. Go with the Illumination on the Noble. Damage, get the debuff. Okay, that's good. Now we can go for the Pierce here as well. We'll go for that on the Noble. That'll take them down. Go for the Duelist Advance on the Enchantress.
Confidence
Take them down.
as the enemy crumbles.
Take the food. Take the emeralds. Take the antique. And that's that. We'll use Skeleton Key here. Should have had Bashal do it.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Don't have much room though. We get a scout. Decent sized one too. So we can move on to the next room. And the good news, or the good thing rather, about this party is that whether Uri or Ormond is in the front, it doesn't matter. They can both do the same thing from the front and we'll have no issue. Check what's in this crate. A rare antique. This is one that we want to take with us. Let's have people who are not at full health. So, just Bashal then. Eat some food. And then we'll drop the remaining 4. Take the rare antique. We're taking the rare antique because we could get more of them. Minor antique is good. Rare antique is better. Into this room. No room battle, of course. No scout either. But head down this way. Deal with the
Even
rubble.
the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
And then we can head to this room. Bring the lights up. Head in. No room battle, no scout either. Let's head down this way. Bring the lights up as we go. And this is a big... Oh! This is a big hallway with only a room battle. Or hallway battle, rather. Excuse me. It's a big hallway with a hallway battle. With 2 bone conscripts and 2 bone marksmen. Oh. First things first, invigorating vapors. +9 dodge all around. Then let's actually go for the sway here. Get some blocks going and up the speed a little bit. Quarrel on Bashal, ow. Quarrel on Uri, which they dodge. Bump the Knights on Uri, which they dodge. Then let's go for the illumination on this marksman in the back. Get the torchlight up a bit more, and drop the dodge down to nothing. Bump the Knight on Uri. With a debuff that lowers their dodge. And we'll go with the Duelist Advance here on this marksman with a crit for 23, which gets them taken down and sets up the riposte. Also gives us a boost to speed. Speed buff, +2 speed for 1 round. Thank you, crits. Then let's go with Captivate on this Bone Conscript here. Sets them up with a Blight that will take them down when they try to go next. And then we can go with, let's go with the Flash Powder on the Marksman, actually. The less they hit us, the better off we are. We'll go with Illumination on this Bone Conscript front here. We'll go with the Point Blank Shot on them. Take them down. Quarrel on Papon. Ow. The Blight takes out that one.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
And we can use Expose on this Bone Marksman. Use Fortifying Vapors on Uri. Heal them back up a little bit. Bayonet Jab on Ormond, which they dodge. Go with the Divine Comfort. Heal everyone up a bit. And then another... Well, no, not a point-blank shot. We'll go for the Open Vein.
Their formation
there we go.
Is broken.
Take what we can.
The offensive.
And move on. Into the room we go. We have no room battle. We do get a scout. So there's traps and empty rooms ahead of us, which is absolutely fine. We have Uri with 100% trap disarm chance. And we have 80, 70, and 70. So Uri can take care of traps for us. We head into this room. The light. Nothing to worry about there. And then we head back. And we'll do the same thing with the next passageway. Which leads down here. Go into this room, where you can take care of the trap. Hallway is clear. Thus far, this exploration is going rather well. And rather quickly, I would say. No scout there, that's fine. Which means we can go ahead and move up here. And then move back up even further. Since we know there's a hallway battle there, we could skip it. Go around this way, which I think is exactly what we're going to end up doing. At least for now. go ahead and bring the torchlight back. And then we can head this way. There's a trap there. That hit Ormond a little bit. And then this room. Torchlight up again. No room battle, no scout. Let's go ahead up this way. And here we have sack, which contains antique, or minor antique and some coin. It's fine. Keep going. And a hallway battle. And they get the surprise on us. It's less fortunate. For claws. Nice dodge from the both of them. Right, now let's go ahead and use Serpent Sway here. Get those blocks set up. And then we'll have Pashal move back 2. Flash of the tail on. They block. Resist the move, resist the stun. Go with Divine Comfort here. Skull Toss. That's Papon. Ow. 10 damage. Chunk of Stress. And stun. Not great. And we'll go with the Duelist's Advance. And we'll go for that on the Gargoyle. Sets up the Repulse, does some decent damage. Let's go for the Captivate on the Slavering Ghoul. Decent damage, the Blight's going. Set up Festering Vapors on the Ghoul as well. Keep the Blight high. Howl. It's everyone. Horror on everyone except Papon. Go with Claws. Full team dodge, but they dodge the Riposte. Go with the... We could go with the Open Vein on the Ghoul, actually. We're gonna go with the point blank shot, though.
Another abomination.
That takes care of the Gargoyle. Flash in the tail, good dodge, and they dodge the Riposte. Papon has the stun. Go off. Go ahead and use the Laudanum here. And then we'll go with the Expose on the Gargoyle. Lowers their speed, ups their chance to be crit. We use the Laudanum here on Pashal. Go for the Invigorating Vapors this time around, actually. Lash of the tail at Papon. Resist the stun. Can't exactly move further back. Rend on Ormond, which is the dodge. Then a point blank shot on the Slavering Ghoul. Decent amount of damage. They resist the move though. We're actually going to move Papon up 1. Now everyone's back into position. So let's go for the Festering Vapors here on the Slavering Ghoul. Now the Blight will take care of them. Don't have to worry about that. So let's go with the Pierce and the Gargoyle. That will take care of them.
Faint hope blossoms.
Blight takes care of the Ghoul, and we're good.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious
There's
killer.
another Emerald and some Sapphires we could potentially take as well. Let's have Booty, use some Laudanum, get rid of the Horror, and we'll swap that out for the Sapphires. Bring the Torchlight back up, and we'll keep moving. And then in here, no room battle, no scout. We can move on this way though. And we can have Pashal check out this curio. Unless Ormond does it first. Luckily it contains loot. Have Papon eat the food, take the coin, what we can of it, leave the citrine, and then going to perform the incredibly risky maneuver of walking backwards. And Pashal gets very stressed out by that, which is not great. We're gonna go up here. Let's bring the light up a bit further. And then it goes down again, so we'll bring it up another time. We have hunger, that's fine. Bookshelf. We can't set that on fire, so let's just have Uri deal with it. Passages are unsettling. I get stressed out of it. Alright. And then in here, we have a room battle, and we get the surprise. A bulwark, gladiator, enchantress, and marksman. That's alright. Pierce and bulwark with a crit for 25. Gone right out of the gate. Not a problem with that. Go for the invigorating vapors. Up everyone's dodge. And then we'll go for the illumination on the enchantress. Light up a bit and drop their dodge. And we'll go for the duelist advance with a crit for 23, which takes them out. Sets up their riposte. Alright. Bayonet jab at Uri. A little bit of damage. Hit back for 15 with the riposte though. Ran for the old gods on Mond. Plus the debuff. Resist the bleed. And then Uri can go for the point shot here.
Continue the onslaught.
Take out the gladiator.
Destroy
and move back.
them all.
You can go for the... We'll go for fortifying vapors here on Papon, since they took a bit of damage there. Go for the pierce on the marksman. And we're good.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
There's a coin, crests, another minor antique, a ruby, and some busts. No scout here, but this is not a bad place to put up camp. So, what can we drop, if anything, for those rubies? There's only the one ruby there. Rubies aren't easily found, typically. I think we're going to leave it this time, and then we're just going to set up camp.
A spark without
Go ahead and
fuel.
feast, since
It's
we
a
have the food
goal
for it.
without hope.
Lower everyone's stress a little bit. Now, first things first. Go with Bandit Sense to up our chance of surprising and drop our chance of being surprised and prevent nighttime ambush. Then we'll go for some stress relief and protection on everyone. Then we can go for... we can go for some gallows humor. Brings everyone's stress down a bit. Stress is our main problem right now. And then we'll go for resupply here and get some food. Won't say no to it. And we'll go ahead and rest. Things are going according to plan. Plenty of blood left to shed this day. Whoever packed all this food, I could kiss you.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Alright. And now, light, we move on. And there's a trap there.
Carelessness will find no clemency in
Get
this
into
place.
this room. And a room battle. Gladiator, conscript, enchantress, noble. Alright. Set up the dodge, like we normally do. Stressful incantation on Vishal, which they dodge. Went for the old gods. Ow. Resisted the debuff and the bleed though. Tempting goblet on Vishal, which they dodge. Again, thankfully. Go for the illumination on this bone noble. They do not resist the debuff, thankfully. Let's go for the pierce then. That'll take them down. Then we'll go for the duelist advance on the enchantress, which they don't dodge. Set up the riposte. Bump in the knight on Uri. Take the damage, and then take them down with the riposte. Go for another invigorating vapors. Dodge up again.
And improvement.
Go for the pierce on the enchantress. Takes them down. Then for the old gods on Ormond, which they dodge. Divine Comfort. Crit heals Papon, or Pashal, rather, for 12. Everyone should be up to full health now. And we'll go for the duelist advance on the gladiator with a crit for 23. Right where it hurts.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Take the coin, the emerald, the antique, and then we'll call that good. Then here we have an Eldritch Altar. Who has something we desperately want to get rid of? Fragile is awful, and we could do without that. Wieldphobe isn't great. Plutomania isn't fantastic. Paplin's negative quirks are okay, except for Fear of the Unholy. Calm isn't great for Pashal, but it's Pashal, so let's just go with Uri on this one. Off guard is removed. You know what? That's alright. Off guard's not great either, so glad to have that gone. We do get the scout here. And a decent size one at that. So, we're going to go ahead and move this way. Since there's some curios over here. We want to get as much as we can before we leave. This pack has already been looted. That's fine. There's a table here, an alchemy table. Use the medicinal herbs.
Wealth beyond
Blight
measure,
charm, minor antique.
awarded to the
Gold.
brave and the foolhardy alike.
Glad to get from that what I can. Or glad to get from that what we can. We'll take from it what we can. There we go. And then we'll move back. Did not get a scout in that room. Now we can head down to this room battle with the curio. The only thing we have to really worry about here is the obstacle in the way. Which is fine. That. Use the shovel. Torchlight back up. And we just gotta make sure that we have Papon bring the light up for us, if we can. Right. Go. Okay, so 2 bone conscripts and 2 bone marksmen. Let's go for the captivate on this one. That'll take them out outright. Invigorating vapors. Bring up the dodge. Illumination on this marksman. Dodge, but we do get the light up a little bit. Quarrel on Ormond. There's the dodge. Another quarrel. Ow. Didn't dodge that one. Go with the point blank shot here. I'll take them down. Another quarrel. Ow. Let's go ahead and use some fortifying vapors on Birdie here. The crit heal for 4. And we'll go with the expose here on this marksman. Quarrel. Ow. Go for another point blank shot. Just get the corpse out of the way with a crit for 44. Illumination on this marksman. Bring the light up even further. More fortifying vapors on Ormond this time with another crit heal for 4. Go with the pierce this time. On this one, that'll take them down. Another quarrel. Good dodge. Go with the duelist advance here. Sets up the riposte. And then more illumination here. To light up even further. More fortifying vapors here. Healing for 2. Point blank shot. Just get that body out of the way. That should stop the quarrels from coming through. Go with the pierce here with a crit for 25. And then another illumination will bring the light back up even further. Take that one down. Take the coin. The antique. Leave the portraits and the busts.
And driven into the mud.
No scout here. And the curio is a holy fountain, where we can use holy water here for divine benefit. Crit heal for 24. Right, and then we can go this way and check out the curio. Or we can go one of these 2 ways, deal with the hallway battles, the curios, and the room battles with treasure. Let's go this way and deal with the curio first. It'll be easy enough to go back knowing there's nothing there. Deal with the hunger, it's fine. we could potentially do this. We have the damage. We have the talent for it. You know what? We're going to be dangerous and do it. We'll try the Shambler again.
A star spawned horror.
Now here, we're going to go ahead and use Flash Powder. Get the accuracy drop. We're going to use Pistol Shot here first. Then we're going to use Pierce. And then we're going to use the Illumination. Thankfully, all of those hit. Undulating Withdrawal.
How quickly the tide turns.
Not great. A lot of blights, some stress, some damage. That's alright though. Go ahead and use the anti-venom here. We have Shambler Spores. So let's go with the Serpent Sway to set up some blocks. That way we don't take any damage from that. And then we'll go ahead and move back to here. Clapper Claw on the Shal. Ow. A lot of stress from that. And another Clapper Claw. And that'll leave the Shal test their resolve and they become fearful. Drop the gold, drop the supplies, drop everything, and run! Alright, well, let's go with the Duelist Advance on this Shambler Spore. That'll take one of them down. And set up the Repulsed. Which then leaves us to go with, I would say, Judgment here. Some more damage, and healing Papon back up. Obdurus Advancement. Ow.
Injury. Palpable.
A lot of damage from that. But the pulse did some damage too. My skin burns. I bet it does. We use the anti-venom there, and we're actually going to use holy water as well.
Quickens.
So let's go ahead and use Invigorating Vapors. Up everyone's dodge a bit. Clapper Claw. Ow. Damage and stress. And then let's go for the... We could go for a Pierce here, or an Expose. And I think we want to go for Pierce on this one at the back here. There we go. Takes them down. Clapper Claw on Lamond, so they block the damage. The stress will still go through though. Now we can go ahead and use the Bandage and the Anti-Venom on Uri. We use the Holy Water on them as well. We could go for the Open Vein on the Shambler. Instead, we're going to go for the Duelist Advance on Spore. That takes the Spore down, keeps the Repulse going. And then let's go for a Divine Comfort here and heal everyone up at least a little bit.
Sedated.
Another Undulating Withdrawal. Michelle actually dodged it. And we're going to go for another Invigorating Vapors to keep that dodge up. And Papon dodges the Clapper Claw. Ramon blocked it. That's the last block they got there. Gonna have to sway forward if we want another. But instead, we're going to pierce forward and take out that Shambler Spore. That way we only have to deal with one. And then we'll go for the Open Vein. This Shambler, crit for 17. They resist the debuff and the bleed. We do get the crit damage off at least. Go for the Anti-Venom here on Papon. And go with the Divine Grace on Papon as well. That'll fully heal them. And the Obdurus Advancement. Ow.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
There's a crit in there somewhere. A decent riposte. At least. Go for Invigorating Vapors again. Dodge high. Clapper Claw on Uri. Ow. But the riposte takes them down. Yeah, Ormond needs a bandage. It's true. So we'll use one. We have plenty. So then let's go for the Expose on this Shambler. drops their speed, ups their chance to receive crits.
Precision and
Clapperclaw
power.
is dodged by Uri, and the repulse with a crit for 25 takes them down. This leaves Uri to go for the point-blank shot on the Shambler, which does a decent chunk of damage, and we'll go for the Divine Grace on Uri this time. Giving them 14. Then another undulating withdrawal. Hardly any damage. We get some blights going though. And we're going to go ahead and try to target the Shambler this time around. Pierce the back there. Brings him down to 13. Go for the Festering Vapors back there this time, bringing them down to 12. Resist the Blight. Do debuff them, lowering their Blight resistance. Clapperclaw crits Ormond for 8. And we can go for the Duelist Advance on the Grotesque Shambler here, dropping them down to 1. Sending the Repulsed back up. Clapperclaw hits Pashal. And then with the Judgment, the crit for 11. Papon takes the Shambler down.
If not for the corpses.
And the Clapperclaws are still here. Hitting Ormond with a crit. Ow.
About to break.
Could lose Ormond here. To resolve his testing, they become paranoid. The Vizier's spies are everywhere. And a Clapperclaw at Uri. Ow. And they dodge the Riposte. Okay, we can get this taken care of. We're going to go for the Fortifying Vapors here on Ormond.
For now.
And then that sets them back at death's door. How much is the bounty on my head, you greedy sods? Alright, let's go with the Anti-Venom here. And then we'll go with the... Actually, we'll go with the Serpent Sway. Set up block. We don't want them taking any more damage. So we won't let them. Then we'll go with the Divine Grace to heal them back up. Use the bandage here on Uri. Go for the Duelist Advance on this Shambler. The Repulsed is now set up. Clapperclaw goes for Uri. Goes for damage. Hit them back with the Repulsed. Stress goes up. Shal no longer under any blights or bleeds. We'll have them go for the Flash Powder on this Spore. This Shambler Spore. Go for the Clapperclaw on Papon. Ow. Stresses them out, does some damage.
Set the stage for heroism.
Go for the Pierce on this Spore. Crit for 18. Dancing and fighting, there is no difference. And then we'll go with the Duelist Advance on this Spore. And we can go for the Judgment on this Spore. That one just does not want to go down. Clapperclaw on Uri again. The Repulse with a crit for 4 takes him down. Uri's at death's door. But we got out of there alive.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Probably a trick of the light there. So we can go ahead and take that rare antique. There's a Drifter's Buckle for the Highwayman. Plus 10% trap disarm chance, plus 4 dodge, minus 5% stress heal received. There's a Jade, some gold. Take the gold. Actually, we can take all of this. And then the Ancestor's Tentacle Idol. Another ancestral relic. Plus 20% virtue chance, plus 8% death blow resist. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. I really like that. I'm going to go ahead and use 1 ration of food here. We'll use 2, actually, on Uri. Bring them back up. And we may end up paying for that mistake. Because there's still a lot more rooms to go through here. We are now low on supplies. We are out of torches. All we have is a campfire to light. This trinket could be one, but it isn't. Let's have Michelle check it. Actually, Papon will check it. There is a torch there, which we're going to go ahead and use. We can take the coin, we leave the busts. I care not how, but perhaps this can save me. Right, and then we have another hallway battle to deal with. Right here. It's a slavering ghoul and a cultist gladiator. Vipers prefer to strike from behind. That's... you know what? That's actually fine. Then we'll go with the pierce on the ghoul. Gets through the protection. Go for the invigorating vapors. Up everybody's dodge. Rend on Uri. Ow! Crit for 16.
Blurred vision. The end approaches.
Now everybody's super stressed. Resist the debuff and the bleed though. Papon's resolve is tested. And Papon becomes courageous. Night is black, yes. Burn the fire. But the fire burns bright. So then let's go for the Divine Grace on Uri here now.
But it can be postponed.
And then the point blank shot on this gladiator. Crit for 42! Takes the gladiator down. Alright. Yep. Ormond moves back again. That's actually just fine. We'll go with the Serpent Sway to move him back forward. Get the block set up. I don't know what to do next. Alright, Pashal passes. You know what? That's fine. You do you, Pashal. You do you. Now, Open Vein could do some damage here. Pistol Shot could do some damage as well. But Duelist Advance is what we're going to go for to set up the Riposte. Go for the Howl. Set up Horror.
May indeed
Why aren't we
these
fleeing?
shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Well, let's go for the Illumination then. They dodge, but we bring the lights back on. You see us all dead, heads on stakes and bodies in cauldrons. I think you might be jumping to conclusions there just a little bit. I'm gonna go for the Captivate here. Crit for 9. Good to see that. And get a Blight started. I don't know what to do next. Michelle is very frightened. We'll go for the point blank shot. Decent amount of damage. Another Howl. Frank is their ally.
Consumes the mind.
Fire stands with you. Fear not the black. Drops everyone's stress a little bit. And then let's go for the Divine Comfort here. Well, we can. And then we go with the... Yeah, let's go for more Invigorating Vapors. We want to keep that dodge high if we can. We'll go for the Expose here. That'll take them down.
Does not dissuade the sharpened
Take
blade.
the crest, take the food, or not the crest, the rarity. Take the food. Put that out. Now we have no light as we move into this room. And this room battle. No surprises there. Let's go for the Invigorating Vapors. Dodge high. Go for the Pierce on this Outlaw Cutthroat. Crit for 18. The defense can handle attacks from all directions. Blanket Fire.
Unnerved,
Ow.
unbalanced.
Top one got crit there. And they got debuff. Go with the Illumination here. Brings them out of stealth, brings the light up. Uri has to deal with stress. Horror, unfortunately. So then let's go for the Duelist Advance on this Fusilier. A lot of damage there. We set up the Riposte Punishment on Armand, which is the dodge. Shall go ahead and set up more Invigorating Vapors. But apparently Ormond doesn't want it. He would order me to my death. Serpent Sway, that's fine. It's actually not a bad call. Uri's resolve is tested, and they become fearful as well.
The mind
Foolishness
cannot
brought
hope
me
to
here.
withstand such an assault.
Come, let's away. We've lost this. Fret not, Uri. Go with the pistol shot there. Take down that Fusilier. Do not despair as the black deepens, my power grows. Alright, Papon. I'm liking it. Let's go with the Divine Comfort. Heal everybody up a bit. Rain of Whips. Good full team dodge. They dodge the repulse though. God's blood. Can't you see it's useless? More invigorating vapors. More buffs to dodge. My rhythm keeps me safe from you. Expose on the corpse. Okay. Go with the point blank shot on the bloodletter. You resist the move. That's okay. Go with the illumination again. Try to bring the light up as much as you can. Drop their dodge. The punishment, which is blocked. They get the bleed. We have bandages. We can take care of that. And that's exactly what we're going to do there. So then we'll go for the expose on the bloodletter. Go with fortifying vapors on the Shal here. The crit heal for 6. Everyone's stress is getting really high here. Everyone's afflicted in some manner, but Papon is virtuous. While the others are just afflicted. Go for more illumination. We'll light up even more. Punishment on the Shal. Ow. It's a crit. Go for the point blank shot with a crit for 34.
No intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
The Shal use a bandage here. Take the gold. Take the minor antique. Take the emerald. We cannot. We have a full stack of emeralds. That's fine then. Actually, we can just drop this jade in place of the emerald, so we can get more. And we'll have the Shal, use the skeleton key here.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
We have vanilla jade, poisoned herb for the plague doctor, antique which we will take, and vengeful greaves for the arbalist. Plus 3% crit. Greaves could be good, but we're alright for now. So then, do we camp now? Only about 3 rooms left to go. Risk 1 more room, then we'll try to camp. We have Curio there. We'll have Birdie interact with it. Read a most unsettling passage. Not great.
Secrets and wonders can be found
in
in
the hallway
most
battle.
tenebrous corners
Maggots,
of
I
this
can feel his
place.
hand in all of this. I don't know who he is, but I don't like him. So let's go for the fortifying vapors on the Shal then. Crit heal for 6. Better I keep you all in my sight. Still a lot of stuff to move back. Right, well, Ormond, pierce there. Take down that maggot. Goody, no, I'm still reloading. Pass. Alright. It's a thing. So then let's go for the judgment on this maggot with a crit for 19.
With impunity.
Blacken our world no longer. And the Grave Nibble on Armand. Crit for 8. Ow.
For the slightest lapse in
That's a
concentration.
stun. The Shal is at death's door. Ormond is at death's door. There's some heart attacks there. Not great that we have to deal with that. Let's go with the fortifying vapors on the Shal here. They're no longer on death's door. Go with the duelist advance on this maggot. That takes them down. Take what we can from that.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Eat a ration of food to bring Ormond off of death's door. And into this room. And what do we got? What do we have? We have no room battle. And we do get a scout. So there's nothing over this way, and there's a curio there. And we could risk it. And we're going to. This is not going to pay off. Definitely doesn't with that. We'll have Papon with his bookshelf. The knowledge within forever changes the hero. Infirm. Fear of the Unholy has been replaced. Minus 20% healing received. So Papon is now harder to heal, but they themselves are the healer. We might get rid of that when we get back, but it's better than Fear of the Unholy. especially in this place. So then let's continue forward. Complete the hunger. Glad we did this now rather than later, when we have the food to deal with the hunger. So, into this room. There is no room battle. We don't have a scout, so we're going to go ahead and use the firewood we've got. Go for the full.
Furtive and
Here.
vulnerable.
The night holds no
Rats in a
comfort for me.
maze.
That's not great. That is not at all great. So then, let's go ahead and just, okay. So, let's go with Sanctuary this time around. Heal some stress from people.
Sedated.
And then we can go for... We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with Papon here. We'll use Pray. And we'll use Chant. Chant is only on one companion. So then, let's see what else we can do. Gallows Humor. Drops the most stress from those people. In theory, at least. And then we'll go for Resupply. Back to Shovel. And then we'll rest. Plenty of blood left to shed this day. Keep quiet, they are all around us. I don't think I can take much more. The sensor rattles, he seeks to escape. We cringe and shake at every noise.
As the light
Get
gains
back, you filthy
purchase,
vipers. Oh boy.
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Well then.
Trauma and torment return for an encore performance.
Let's deal with these greater Pliskins, if we can. Start at the front. Illumination takes the stealth off and drops their dodge. Go with the Serpent Sway or Pierce. Yeah, let's go with the Serpent Sway. We'll move Ormond forward, get the blocks going. Go with the Duelist Advance here on this Greater Pliskin. Set up the Riposte. Then we'll go for Invigorating Vapors. Up the dodge on everyone except Ormond, who for some reason decides they don't want it. Infuse on Uri, they take that one down. Infuse on Ormond, good dodge. Vizier's agents must be kept on their toes. I've no loyalty to courage, let us flee now! Well, we can't actually get out of this one. Venomous Gleek. Ow. Crit for 2. The conspirators turn upon their own, as expected. And then another Venomous Gleek. 3. Post. Ugh, direct, that does it for me. I knew it. Another heart attack.
And now the true
Not great.
test.
I fear I'm lost.
Hold fast or expire.
Well, we made it out of that. They had a heart attack, but they got healed and they're alright. They woke up from it. That one was interesting. And now everyone is more stressed out for the remainder of the quest. And not only is Ormond very stressed out by it for the remainder of the quest, they also have lower accuracy. And Uri is still very much blighted. But that blight isn't going to be the end of us, hopefully, if we can do things right. So, we only need to go to one more room, in theory. So long as there is no more hallway battling, we can theoretically be alright here. And especially now that we have some more food to heal Uri up with, so they can survive through this blight. Some object of deliverance. No hallway battle. Into the final room. No room battle. Quest is complete. Let's go ahead and return to the hamlet.
The shifted corridors
That one
and
got stressful.
sloped walls of our ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.
That one got very stressful. We didn't actually collect any heirlooms on that quest, but we collected a lot of coin. Over 30,000 coin in combination of the reward and the collected treasure we got from that. We also got 12 deeds, and we have the Candle of Life for the Antiquarian. And understandably, Now Uri, Ormond, Papon, and Pashal are all level 5. And Ormond and Pashal are actually rather close to being at the even higher than that. Uri got Clumsy, -5 dodge, that's going to need taken care of. Enui, -25% virtue chance, we'll get rid of that. And Lurker in place of Healer's Gift. Plus 10% damage if torch is below 26. That makes sense with what they just went through. Pashal got Lygophobia, plus 20% stress if torch is below 26, which replaced Enlightened. And Hemophilia, -50% bleed resist. Well, we're gonna have to take care of the diseases there.
A fresh irritant to some, a sanguine memory to me.
Let's go ahead and take care of things. Shal can go to the medical ward and get rid of that hemophilia. Uri can go to the medical ward and get rid of the Enui. Papon can go to the treatment ward and get rid of Infirm. And then Ormond can go to... Oh, Reynold is still in the bar. So where do we send Ormond? They will only meditate. Okay, that's fine. We'll send you to the Abbey to do just that. There you go. So that is yet more heroes of level 5 on this roster. So, we're running out of people who can actually go onto veteran and apprentice missions very quickly here. Champion missions are all we're going to be able to do soon enough. We have a lot of busts now, a decent amount of deeds. We need crests. So, on the Nomad Wagon we have a Fleet Florin, critical dice, a Seer Stone, plus 15% scouting chance, -1 speed, and a move charm. None of those really interest us at the moment. And the stagecoach has a veteran flagellant, an adventurer leper, and a seeker, flagellant, houndmaster, occultist, crusader, and hellion. We aren't really interested in any of those at the moment. Let's go ahead and unequip all trinkets, sort them by rarity. I'm very happy that we now have a second ancestral relic in the ancestor's tentacle idol, and it's a very good one at that. Plus 20% virtue chance is fantastic, and coupling that with plus 8% death blow resist is even better. That's insanely good. Love me a higher virtue chance, but I love a higher resistance to the death blow just as much, if not more. But that is going to do it for this episode of Darkest Dungeon. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more content like this, or the other kinds of content that we put out on the channel, we're going to keep that content coming, so don't worry about that. Hit the notification bell so that you receive notifications whenever we upload new videos. Leave a comment on the video, it helps us out a lot, it really, really does. Also, remember to leave a comment if you want to have one of the heroes on this roster named after you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!